next topic is star bonds. I don't know how much you know about it. I really hadn't learned much about it till the Kansas City thing. So, like, how should Kansas law protect taxpayers when star bonds are used for large development projects? What's transparency or accountability requirements should there be? Would you support stronger voter input or clawback provisions if promises are not kept?
I didn't know much about star bonds either until the Kansas City Chiefs were the big thing. Even though they use star bonds for
everybody's learning about
the
it now.
racetrack, there was other projects around Overland Park. I think the one that failed was Prairie Fire.
Yeah,
they defaulted on it.
I have all the research for a Substack on star bonds, but I looked at most of the projects that star bonds have been given to thus far since they've started using them, and only 2 of them did not pay off. But the Chiefs thing's just so big is the concern of people, and there was no vote. Like, they're just going to do it to them.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think it would be good if they could guarantee that the taxes wouldn't go up on the people that live there in that area. Mm-hmm. Basically, I think what it is it takes some of the sales tax, and I don't know if they raise the sales tax.
Yeah, they added. It's called a CID.
Right.
They add like a little, like 1% or 0.5%.
So everybody that comes in there will be paying it.
Yeah.
Along with the ones that live there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I think people.
It's usually like a district area, like in Wichita. Like, there's a little area like in downtown called Delano that has extra tax on it.
Right.
Then outside of Delano in the same city for something. I can't remember what it was for.
And I think if the Chiefs thing is going to be great. It's going to bring in a lot of jobs. We don't know how it's going to pan out for the star bonds. Hopefully they can pay them off sooner than the 30 years that they're thinking.
Yeah.
If they can't, I think there should be some kind of provision in there where if the star bonds are not paid off in the time, that company is held liable and they make up the
and
money.
then they have to enforce it when the time comes. That's the thing too, is like there's a lot of provisions in there, but if you don't enforce them, they're not going to come to you and be like, hey, I owe you some money.
Right. Yeah. Nobody likes to give up their own money, especially corporations.
Yeah, I don't even like football, but I see it as I don't know, it'd just be nice to have something in Kansas that people come from other states to do. We have nothing.
As being
no one vacations in Kansas. No. Unless they're into hunting or outdoorsy stuff like that. But
as being a labor person, I'm looking at all the jobs that'll be created. First building it, and then maintaining it, and after, all the people that have to work there during the game. I know football, they get 8 to 9 games a year there, but if it's going to be enclosed,
they have other events and stuff there too.
If it's going to be enclosed, they're looking at getting a Final Four there, more concerts. So that's going to bring more money into there, and hopefully more tax money that they're paying that goes into our local economy.
I think overall it's a good thing. I think a lot of people are just like upset that it wasn't something we got to vote on. They got to vote on, and they're just going to build this. It's a big thing. It's huge, right in their neighborhood.
The one thing,
or close to them anyway.
Kansas voters want to have more input. So maybe in the House they should look at passing the voter initiative process.
Yeah.
Where if you get so many people sign a petition, that issue goes on the ballot.
Yeah.
And everybody gets to vote for it. I know you can, like
some state levels. I know they can do that in Missouri. I don't think you can do it in the state here.
You can at local level.
Of course, then they'll try to Missouri let them. They did it, and then now they're trying to overturn it. So
yeah, 'cause I represent people. Our local is in Kansas City, but we have 6 plants over here in Kansas and 12 in Missouri.
Yeah.
So I deal with a lot of issues.
I've looked at how to do it in Wichita. You can do it at the city level. But I don't think you can at state.
You can, and maybe county level. If you get enough petitions, you can put it on the local ballot.
Yeah.
And let the local people vote for it.
But we should be able to do that at state level.
So
I think
a lot of people want that. I've heard people tell me that hey, it would be nice to have a voter initiative process. So
I want a voter initiative to make them have to be nicer. Some of the Facebook page for one of the parties is mean. They're just not nice. I'm just like, that's just unnecessary. Like you represent all of us when you're inside of that building.
Yeah, I know, and it's not a question you've asked yet, or I don't know if you're going to ask it, but a lot of times the problem isn't the Republicans and the Democrats, I think, because a lot of us want the same thing.
Yeah.
A lot of it is the ones that it's between the haves and the have-nots.
Yeah. And I think it's just like people that have not just falling in party lines sometimes and not like just representing their district regardless of what is being said above them,
That's
just like being like unprofessional. Just like there's some things that I've heard come out of politicians' mouth at the state house that I would get fired for as an HR manager if I said to somebody, you know what I mean?
And they're supposed to work for us.
Yeah.
No matter what side they're on.
Could you imagine your boss coming out and just calling all of you the enemy because you're the workers and he's the boss? You're all my enemy.
When I hear the word enemy, being a military person, I'm thinking, are we at war?
Yes. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Do we have to crush our enemy?
They're acting like we're at war, and then like the citizens are like, I don't want to be at war with Dave over here. Like I've lived next to Dave for 20 years. I mean,
we can disagree on policy
or how to fix a problem
and still come together at the end of the day and be
civil.
Yeah, civil to people.
Yeah, it's just like, and I'm not talking about like citizens in the comment section. That's bad enough. But like the actual representatives or the people representing a state level page for a party.
Yeah.
I just expect more out of those people than some just idiot on Facebook.
Right.
Like it's just astounding to me every day the things that I see them saying.
Several months ago they had issues with the younger people that were running their Facebook pages or sending messages, and it's like I hope people
just be professionals
really
here, people.
Don't act like that in their everyday lives.
I mean, they might when they're alone. They might when they're in, just their company. They might say and do those things. But yeah, I'm just like...
The thing is, with social media and phones and
it all comes out eventually.
You always got to be like there's a hot mic somewhere because somebody's recording you.
I think there should be.
If you put it on social media, if you went, oops, I didn't mean to say that, and go to delete it, somebody's already screen captured that. So it's out there.
I think like if I were in the house, I wouldn't have a problem having just cameras all over my office that just anybody could live stream and see what I'm doing in there. Anytime I'm at any sort of meeting that is political, just having a body cam on that's on all the time. You can see me and hear any conversation. And then if I was going to events that weren't political and people started trying to talk to me about politics, I'd be like, hang on one second, good clip. All right, now we can talk. What were you saying? I would just live stream. If I'm working for you, why do I have anything to hide?
Yeah, people want transparency.
That'd be transparent. Can't get more transparent than that. I'd be hard though because I cuss a lot. I do good for these interviews, but
that's being a factory worker. I gotta remember where I'm at sometimes.
Yeah,
I've let a few F-bombs slip every once in a while.
I worked for a decade in food service, like waiting tables and stuff, and then I was in offices, HR manager, so you couldn't get more like. But yeah, now I'm getting better about my potty mouth. I do these interviews. I don't cuss really this whole time.